Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Season 2 Round 4 Primetime game. Today we are seeing the Dragons at the Reapers.
This is the kind of game, this is probably going to decide the one seed in the IHC conference. So we have the Dragons, Declan on one hand, sitting at 6-0 right now, while the Reapers, Owen R, is at 5-1. So the winner of this game is probably going to be the one seed in the conference and get a first round bye.
So, tell me this. I believe in their previous head-to-head game, Declan beat Owen 7-4, I think it was. So,
7-3.
7-3. So, if even if Owen doesn't win this game, since the head-to-head would be tied, what would it then defer to? Would it be the win total?
It would it would refer to goal differential.
Okay. So, even in the case that Owen wins, he'll probably still not be able to match Declan's goal differential by the end of the season.
Declan would probably have to lose to Ryan, which is a round 5 game, which will also be prime time. That will be coming up shortly after this video goes up.
Right. So, in that case, oh yeah, because I guess if Declan would be 8-2, and then Owen could be 9-1. So
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Now, Owen shows that he can definitely handle the best players in the league. He just took care of Ryan in an amazing victory for him to bring him to 5-1 and hand Ryan's first loss in the rebooted league.
Right, and he's also been doing quite well so far. I mean, he's been keeping on Declan's side the whole time. Almost a goal there, just misses it, but he's definitely holding his own against the best offense in the league. Surprisingly well, actually.
Yeah, his issue's always been defense. So if he can hold Declan to like under 3 or 4 goals this game, I mean, that'd be a big statement. That'd be a big statement for him coming
Exactly.
down the stretch.
Yeah, I would expect him to score actually, because he's been keeping in this corner the whole time. Declan is just not letting up though. Neither is Owen, but it looks like Declan almost got a breakaway, but Owen was just able to defend it. He's just keeping him back.
Running out of time here in this round, he's gonna have to. Yeah,
Wow, that
this is
was
probably gonna be his last chance to score.
yeah, that was almost a goal there by Declan, but not quite. Oh, and looks like Declan has died with 1 second left on the clock. Uh,
Very rare. I don't think we've ever seen that before.
no, I don't think so. Not in the regular game. We've seen it in a special game, but we do have a contingency for that, which is the timer does stop and play continues from as if
Now,
somebody had scored.
yeah,
I
I
don't
will
think
say this.
anybody can score in 1 second.
In one of our games, we actually had another death in Jack versus Owen V, or the Excavators and the Virgins. We had a player death. We had a player death.
Yeah. So I don't think anybody will score in 1 second, though this timer is approximate, so it could be the 3 or 4 seconds left. I don't know. Yeah, that looks like it was pretty accurate. So that's going to be the end of round one. We'll be back with round two very shortly. All right, welcome to round two. The score is 0-all with 2 minutes on the clock, and play will start any second now.
I
So yeah,
believe that the player that's first to score here is going to win this game.
right, I agree. Because I mean, Owen has just been keeping on Declan's side this whole time. Declan finally gets a breakaway here. Let's see it now if Owen's defense can stand up against it when it's on his side. But um, Owen's been
Definitely
playing
a crucial
surprisingly
point in the
well.
game here.
Oh, but there goes the score for Declan. So that's gonna be very difficult for Owen to come back from, because even though he has been keeping it on Declan's side the whole time, he hasn't been able to score. So, but it's still
He's got to, yeah,
it's
he's
still
just got to
definitely
find an
possible,
opportunity to score in the kickoff.
right? Because Declan is, I think, more susceptible than most players to being scored on at the kickoff.
Yeah, we saw some examples of that in the championship last year.
Exactly, and looks like another goal from Declan. Owen can still come back from this, but he seems to be falling apart a little bit. Not playing nearly as well as he was in the first round. Either that, or Declan is playing better. I mean, we've seen that the further down Declan gets, the better he plays because he gets angrier. So you never know.
This is an important stand. This he has to score probably. He has to score by the end of this period. Going down two with 1 period left is not the situation anyone wants to be in.
Yeah, especially not against Declan, who is, like we've talked about, the best offense in the league, and one, even though he's in one of the weaker defenses. Um, oh wow, almost a goal by Owen. Would have been a goal in the old goals by
I've never seen
easily.
that. No, I've never seen a goal like that not go in.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It looked like Declan was able to keep the pig in midair that whole time he was in the goal, so he wasn't able to actually fall down through the snow.
Important
Very
thing to,
unlucky for
yeah.
Owen. Looks like Declan is able to get another goal with 25 seconds left in the period. It's looking increasingly unlikely that Owen will be able to come back from this. It appears that Declan is getting to the pig just a split second sooner than Owen, and that's seeming to make the difference. Owen, unlike most players, is actually doing the hitting his head and running and sprinting and jumping, which is definitely the most viable strategy, but seems to be not enough. Declan is just a little quicker on the draw. And looks like that's going to be just about the end of the period. There it is. So that is the end of round 2. We'll be back with round 3 shortly. Alright, welcome back to round 3. It is 3 Dragons, 0 Reapers with 2 minutes on the clock. It's looking increasingly unlikely that the Reapers will come back from this, but you never know.
I'd also like to take a moment to share the remaining Primetime schedule that we have for the rest of the year. So next round, we're going to have the Dragons play at the Rangers, which is very intriguing, the championship rematch. And then after, we have 2 wildcard games on slate for the 2 seed and the 3 seed of each conference to play each other. Then we have the conference championship games, where the winner of that wildcard game will play the 1 seed at the 1 seed stadium. We also have a third place game plan between the loser of those games, and we're probably going and the championship game, of course.
Right. And all this information and more is going to be available in the newsletter, which you can check out the description of this or any video from this season. It's got a ton of information about game recaps and stuff because, it'd be a lot of work to get the recording for every game, but we are able to still describe what happened if you want to follow along with the league.
The newsletter is our way to share what goes on throughout the league. Even though you don't see it, you still know what's happening, so you can
Exactly.
keep up with it.
I think this is going to be
Another,
a very interesting primetime game next round. I mean, like you said, it's the rematch from the championship. Declan has beat Ryan once, but that was all the way back in season 0, a long time ago. And then Ryan beat Declan twice, once during the regular season, and then, of course, once during the championship. So it'll be interesting to see because Declan's performance has been better than ever this season, and Ryan's performance has been worse than ever. So we'll just have to see how those two of them match up. Best offense versus best defense.
Ryan looks to be having a bit of a well, he's having a bit of a championship slump.
This has been pretty back and forth this round, going up and down the field, or the court rather. And there's another goal from Declan. And now with 10 seconds left on the clock, I don't think that Owen's going to be able to come back from this. He'd have to score every 2.5 seconds, which would mean 4 kickoff goals right in a row. I don't think Declan's going to let that slide.
Yep, and this is Declan's lowest scoring performance of the year, which is really saying a lot.
Right, exactly. Even though he's losing and he's going to lose, Owen has still done quite a very good job. Doing better than his last game against Declan too. Even though he didn't score, he defended against all the goals against the best offense in the league.
Dragons move to 7-0. The Reapers are now 5-2.
I believe that makes the Dragons a lock for the first seed of the PHC. So he will be playing the winner of the wild card game from that, which I imagine, just based on my personal predictions, I think it's going to be Owen versus Simon in that. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like I said, make sure to check out the description for the link to the newsletter. And we'll be back with round 5 primetime, Dragons at Rangers, so you definitely don't want to miss that. And I'll see you later. Bye.